This story is about Chloe. Back in 2015, she often took homemade boiled chicken breast to a nearby park after dinner to feed the stray dogs. At first, everything was normal, but as the weather turned colder, the days grew shorter and fewer people came to the park for evening walks. One night while feeding the dogs, she glanced up and noticed a chubby little boy, about 10 years old, peeking from behind a tree in the nearby woods. His face was dirty and he seemed to be watching her. At first she thought he was just a shy kid, too timid to approach the dogs. She waved at him. Soon 2 or 3 more children appeared behind him. Chloe handed them some chicken. "Just throw it on the ground for the dogs, don't use your hands," she said, not wanting the dogs to accidentally bite them. Strangely, the dogs seemed afraid of the children, who began calling them names like Little White, Little Yellow, and Little Black. As Chloe stood and stretched, scrolling through her phone, she caught the chubby boy sneaking pieces of chicken into his mouth. "No, don't eat that, it's not clean," she scolded. She took a closer look at the children. Their clothes were ill-fitting, dirty and tattered. Her heart ached. Maybe they're from poor families, or even homeless, she thought. Remembering a nearby ice cream cart that also sold snacks and soda, she smiled at the kids. "Come on, I'll treat you to something nice." The children cheered and followed her, but when they reached the cart, the old woman running it glared at them with an unfriendly expression and charged $10 for a bottle of water. "What is this, a tourist trap or the middle of the desert?" Chloe snapped. "Come on kids, let's go to the store near my apartment instead." The chubby boy hesitated. "It's okay, we don't need anything. We can just drink tap water at your place. We're already full." But the more he refused, the more determined Chloe became to treat them. Suddenly, the old woman's attitude shifted. "Oh, I know these kids well," she said with a forced smile. "I was just teasing them. Go ahead, pick something, but after this, don't pester people for food." Laughing and playing, the children grabbed their treats and ran off. Soon, a little girl tugged at Chloe's sleeve. "Can you take me home?" she asked. Chloe, who had her back to the ice cream cart, heard the old woman mutter, "Stop bothering her. I'll take you home later." Assuming the woman knew the children well, Chloe didn't think much of it. She had work to attend to, so she turned to leave. But as she passed the cart again, she froze. The old woman looked taller now, standing completely still with her back turned. When Chloe glanced back at the children, they were already walking away in a straight line, chatting and giggling. That night, as Chloe returned to her apartment complex, she spotted the old woman from a distance, still standing unnaturally tall and motionless in the square. But as she entered her building and started climbing the stairs, soft footsteps echoed behind her. She gasped. The old woman was right behind her, grinning and waving a broom. Terrified, Chloe sprinted to her apartment. The woman banged on her door for several minutes before disappearing. Half an hour later, Chloe gathered her courage and peeked out the window. The old woman was short again, slowly pushing her cart away. But that same night, Chloe fell seriously ill. She was bedridden for nearly a week. She avoided the park until she recovered. When she finally returned, the dogs were gone. The old woman's cart was missing too. Only the chubby boy remained. "I had a fight with the others," he said. "They left me here." It was getting dark. The boy looked up at her with pleading eyes. "Will you walk me home, sister? I'm too scared to go alone." Against her better judgment, Chloe held his hand and followed him deep into the woods. Suddenly, he pointed ahead. "That's my home." What she saw made her blood run cold. A tiny courtyard, much smaller than a normal house, its walls lined with children. Their skin was ashen, their faces blank, all staring at her in eerie unison. Just as panic set in, the old woman appeared, yanking Chloe back. "What are you doing here? You shouldn't be wandering around." She frantically swept the air behind Chloe with her broom. Later, Chloe learned the truth. The old woman had nearly fallen victim to those things herself long ago. Her son and daughter-in-law lived in Chloe's apartment complex, and her daughter-in-law forced her to run the cart. "I don't keep a single penny I earn," the old woman grumbled. That's why she had acted so cold. She hated working there. She had even set up a life-sized mannequin, taller than herself, to stand in for her when she needed a break. That night, the old woman hadn't actually seen the children. She knew Chloe was being haunted. She had been calling out to her, but Chloe never heard a word, because the whole time, the chubby boy had been riding on her shoulders, covering her ears.